Good morning, everyone. Thanks for inviting me for this talk. Today, I would like to tell what's behind this uniform. The topic is behind the badge, life of a policeman. So, may I know how many of you have interacted with the police or how many of you visited the police station? Quite a good number. How did you feel? What was your experience? Is it good or bad? If it is good, raise your hand. If it is bad, also don't raise your hand. So, when it comes to police, the most visible form of the government, there are many departments in the government, but the police is the face of the government. You can't see an MRO every day. You can't see a government doctor every day. You can't see a bank clerk every day. But you can see the policeman every day the moment you step out of your home. But the perception of public, the perception that is shown in the movies is most of the time negative. Am I right or not? Let's see. What do you see? I think this is a perception. What do you see when you see the police? The first person is very fat. The second person is unnecessarily beating the crowd. The third person is taking the bribe. So this is a perception that most of the public have. But today I would like to tell the stories that the common public didn't see. Maybe you may be aware of it, but most of the stories that a common police person, the common police person story. The person is obese not because he'll get a lot of money to eat, he'll get a lot of food to eat. The odd hours, the stressful conditions, there is no, every week you have to do at least 2 night shifts. There is no 9 to 5, it's not a 9 to 5 job. Constant pressure, constant stress. We always see the people dying in front of us in the accidents. We always listen to the negative stories. You know how a day starts with the negativity. In the morning, my sub-inspector calls and he will tell, sir, night one accident happened, one person died. Sir, one murder happened, this person killed this person. And our day also ends with the negativity. Sir, in the evening this happened, that happened. So the continuous negative incidents that goes into our mind and the continuous interactions with the law enforcement, lawbreakers, our law enforcement persons, we always face this negativity. So in this scenario, then most of the time when you see in the headlines, in the news and all, we always see a cop is beating somebody, he's shouting at somebody, he's abusing at somebody. What we frame in our mind, the opinion, it's that the cops are all like this only. They will always overpower the public, they will always harass them, they will always beat them. See, as a parents, many of us, even I'm a parent, so our kids, they will be very annoying sometimes. After 1 hour, 2 hours of pampering them, at some point of time, we shout at them. Sometimes we beat them. Why? They are our kids, just 2 years, 3 years, or 4 years, or 5 years, and we beat them. They were not aware of the consequences that they are doing. But still, at some point of time, we lost the patience and we shout at our children. At the same time, in the same scenario, the police at one person or two person, once I say one constable is shouting at one citizen, does not represent the whole community as a police. We have 60,000 persons, police persons in the state now, but if one single SI, one single constable is taking a bribe, one single person is abusing in a bad language, scolding a common person, that doesn't represent the whole community. The 60,000 people are working for you day and night. And there is a lot of mechanism that is going behind the police stations to make this society a peaceful society. So what is the role of the police? Our role is to prevent the crime. If in a bad luck, if crime happens, we detect the crime and we maintain the order in the society. So we may seem to be very harsh on the citizens, but we are not. That is, the law enforcement part will be the yin type, and the yang of the policing is We are more empathy, we show a lot of empathy, we are very compassionate in few places. I'll tell one thing. Can you see this? So it seems to be like a dilapidated building some 20-30 years back. Am I right or not? This is also, it's a small incident. I went to one village for a program, then I was returning back, then I received a call saying that there is a fire accident happened uh, in a factory. So I took my inspector and some of my men and went there. And there is a lot of hue and cry is there. It was in the night at 6:30. A lot of smoke is coming from the factory and a lot of flames are there and some gas is also coming. We didn't know what that factory manufactures. We didn't know what kind of gas is leaking. We didn't know what is the reason of the flames. The firefighters came and the police came. And the firefighters started using the water and we went there and there are a lot of laborers are there. They're shouting at us as if we have done something. I was like, I went inside to do some rescue and all. So they are shouting at us, but we didn't reciprocate the same. We convinced them that something bad happened, let us rescue the persons. Then we rescued after 3-4 hours and we went to home. At that time, after going home, I didn't sleep for 3 hours. Because we didn't know what we inhaled on that day. We didn't know what were the situations happened in that plant. Because after 2-3 hours of rescue operations, I received a call saying that, sir, that is a explosion that is the manufacture some explosives. So we didn't know that there are some actual explosives are there inside the factory. So, but still we went there, we rescued, and it was almost a 1,000 kg 1,000 kg explosion, 1,000 kg explosive exploded at that plant. So this is the next day. We went there again. We have seen. So this is the body. You can see the dead body. On that night, we rescued this body, and the next day we understood the magnitude of explosion that happened the previous day. Why I am telling is that we always face the enemy. We always go for. We always step into the this adverse situation without knowing the consequences. So we didn't know what is inside, but we didn't step back. We went inside. We rescued many of the persons, and you just see this pic also. Our policemen working for day and night at odd hours. They will be eating like this. This is just a photo that came during the COVID time. But even normal times also, if some protest is happening at some place, our people didn't get time to go to a restaurant and order some soup and order some biryani, some starters and have it. Or we didn't get time in the morning to take a lunch box and have some fixed time, go and have some chit chat with our colleagues and have food. Whenever we get time, we eat some packets. Our constables will eat this kind of packet. That's why they're very obese. It's not that we are eating a lot. It's that we eat at 12 o'clock in the night. We eat in the afternoon at 3 o'clock after the protest is over. We come in the morning at 4 o'clock for something. So there are many things. You see the first picture, the policeman is just sleeping, taking a nap on the road. It is that has taken during the COVID time. The second thing is when examination is going on, a young infant is crying, then our lady constable is taking care of it. And the third pic, during the COVID, we were not going to the homes, just like doctors. Having said all these things, it's not that just I want to tell this, the yin and yang of policing. We always use both. The law enforcement thing, we use the force in a legal framework, and at the same time we empathize and we show the compassion to the public during the adversities. Maybe it is disasters, maybe floods, maybe situations like COVID. Whatever it is, we always work in a very empathetic manner. So why am I showing all these things? So by showing all these things, I am not justifying that whatever the wrongdoings that have been committed by the policeman is justified. It's not justified, because I always tell my force that we are like doctors. A doctor has to be sensitive throughout their career, 24/7, 365 days. If a cardiologist is doing 10 surgeries today and the 11th surgery he just can't close his eyes Okay, at 10 I have done, let me do the 11th surgery with closing my eyes. Just like that, if I crack 10 missing cases, I can't be casual at 11th case. Maybe the 11th case may be the most challenging. 11th case, the kid may be actually kidnapped. So every case, every petition, everything, so we have to be sensitive. The policeman has to be sensitive to the petition that is coming to the police station. So just like doctors, we can't take risk, we can't get the casualness coming to our workplace. So that is one thing. So why I am telling all these things to you? I am telling all these things just to make the society to understand the work that a policeman is doing. Just understand their hardships, understand their hard work, their stress, their conditions. Just acknowledge. If not appreciating them, just acknowledge them. If a one person is doing some mistake, don't think that the entire police department is bad. If you think that it's very close to me. Some 3-4 years back, I want to take a rented apartment. I went there and I asked this flat I just wanted to take on rent. They said that, what is your profession? I said, I'm a policeman. They said that we are not going to give for police and lawyers. I was like, what happened? I'll pay. That perception is there. I told them nothing to worry. I'll give 6 months advance if you want, but I want flat, because that was the emergency for me. Then many of the times, many people come to me and they always say, sir, हम कहीं नहीं गया, कभी नहीं गया sir police station को, हमारा family police station के जाने वाला नहीं है sir. I was like, what is wrong in coming to the police station? It is not a hell. It's not that some bad place to come. It's okay. You can come to the police station just like any other department. So that conception, that perception has to be done with. So as a society, we have to think. And I'd just like to tell one more example of my constable, Janakiram and Rajshekhar of Aminpur police station. In the midnight at 2 o'clock, they received a call saying that they didn't receive call. That is the beauty of the story. They were doing the patrolling at a nearby lake. Suddenly they heard some sound, splashing of water. That's not splashing, that's water sound is there. Somebody has jumped into the water. And immediately, 2 constables, 1 constable jumped into the water. First, without thinking anything, whether it is a stone or person, he jumped into the water. And he rescued a girl, he rescued a woman and their kid. So at 2 o'clock in the night, without thinking, without having a second thought, he just jumped into the water and he saved both mother and kid. But the mother, by the time we recovered that mother, she was telling one more kid is also there. That's a sad part of the story. If he would have known that one more person is there, we would have saved that. So we have appreciated them, and these kind of stories will not come. These kind of stories will come here and there, but most of the time it won't come. The media always, many of the times, portrays the negativity, a selective portrayal of the negative incidents of the police. Even in the pictures may be dikhata hai that police will come at the last. You give information once the incident is over, yaar. Once the murder is over, you are calling the police. We didn't know. And they say that you are late. We are not God, just like that, disappear and suddenly appear. We need a vehicle, we will come there, we didn't know your route, where you are going. We need at least, as a human person, we need at least 10 minutes of time to come to you. So that is the basic need. So having said all these things and many other things that I want to share, that we don't have festivals. Every festival we celebrate with the public rather than our families. Our kids are waiting for us at the families, be it a Holi, be it a Diwali, be it a 31st night. So everyone is celebrating with their families by cutting the cake, by dancing with DJs, music, partying and all. We'll be there doing the DDs, drunk and drive test, chasing the bike racers and all those things. But okay, having said that, we choose that path. We always take pride in that. We always love this uniform. All these things are there. So at the end of this, I just want you to understand this and just respect us. If not appreciate our work, at least acknowledge our work. Whenever you see the policeman next time, just go there, just have as 1 or 2 minute conversation, then you will understand the kind of work they are doing. Let's look behind the headlines and appreciate or at least acknowledge the work of the police so that we also feel happy. So thank you for giving this opportunity.